You don't need to have it all figured out. You don't need to be healed before you can rest. You don't need to keep pretending everything's fine. What you might need is a tree, a trail, a breeze, a silence that speaks louder than your thoughts. You don't need another productivity hack. You need ground under your feet. You don't need more stimulation. You need stillness, because sometimes the answer isn't more effort. Sometimes the answer is less noise. Sometimes the answer is nature. There's a part of you that remembers. It remembers the scent of pine needles in the morning, the sound of water dancing over stone, the feeling of bare feet touching earth. That part of you is still alive, buried under notifications, deadlines, and doubts. You weren't born into chaos. You were born into wind and soil and rhythm. And deep down, your soul misses it. Your spirit craves it. Not for escape, but for return. Because nature doesn't fix you. She reminds you you were never broken. We live in a world where silence is rare. You wake up to alarms, scroll through curated chaos, rush to jobs that pay in stress. Every hour is filled. Every space is cluttered. Every breath feels earned. And slowly, your nervous system forgets what peace feels like. Your body tenses without reason. Your heart races without cause. Your mind spirals without rest. We've built a life so loud we forgot how to listen. But step outside, and the trees will teach you. Stillness isn't the absence of motion. It's the presence of calm. The breeze doesn't compete. The sun doesn't strive. The river doesn't rush unless it has to. Everything in nature works at the pace of purpose, not pressure. You've been told you have to hustle, that rest is lazy, that quiet is weakness. But what if slowing down is strength? What if silence is sacred? What if walking through a forest can teach you more than scrolling through advice? This isn't just poetry. Science backs what your soul already knows. Studies show that time in nature reduces cortisol levels. It slows heart rate, lowers blood pressure, improves immune response. It restores focus, improves mood, even boosts creativity. There's a Japanese practice called Shinrin-yoku, forest bathing. It's not about exercise, it's about being, just walking slowly through trees, breathing, noticing, letting your nervous system downshift, letting your senses awaken, letting your presence return. And after just 20 minutes, your body begins to repair itself. No screens, no drugs, just trees. That's medicine, pure, ancient, free. We've been disconnected. Our feet rarely touch real earth. Our eyes rarely look beyond glass. Our lungs breathe recycled air. Our thoughts never stop spinning. But the trees are still growing. The tide is still pulling. The birds are still singing. Nature waits for no one, but she welcomes everyone. Nature doesn't just heal, she reflects. When your life feels out of control, watch how the river flows without resistance. When your mind feels messy, see how the forest thrives in wild, beautiful chaos. When you feel lost, look at how the sun rises every single day, no matter how dark the night was. You realize you were never meant to be perfect. You were meant to be alive. Messy, rooted, real. And when the world rejects your softness, nature offers a sanctuary. You can cry into the wind. You can scream into the cliffs. You can kneel in the dirt and remember, you're part of something bigger. You belong, even when you feel broken. Have you ever listened to a tree creak in the wind? That's wisdom. Have you ever watched raindrops fall into a puddle and make ripples that overlap without effort? That's harmony. Have you ever sat on a rock and said nothing for 20 minutes and felt your chest unlock? That's healing. The woods don't care what your job title is. The mountain doesn't mind if you cried last night. The grass doesn't ask you to prove your worth. You are already accepted. We cleanse our bodies with showers. We clean our homes, our clothes, our phones. But when was the last time you cleaned your spirit? Not with more input, but with wide sky and bird song. And the scent of rain, because the soul doesn't respond to lectures. It responds to beauty. The kind of beauty that isn't trying to sell you anything. The kind of peace that doesn't come with a price tag. Just air, just earth, just the wild reminder that life is already enough. When life feels heavy, the forest doesn't ask for explanations. The mountain doesn't ask for your resume. The ocean doesn't care how many mistakes you've made. You can show up tired. You can show up anxious. You can show up heartbroken. And nature will meet you exactly where you are. No questions, no expectations, just presence. You can collapse under a tree. You can sit beside a river, and slowly your breath will return. Your heart will steady. Your mind will unclench. Because out there in the quiet wild, you remember that being is enough. This isn't about running away. It's about coming home, coming back to the truth before the noise, coming back to the heartbeat beneath the chaos, coming back to the body before the burnout. You don't need to live in the mountains to receive this medicine. You just need to go outside with intention, even a tree in a city, even 5 minutes under the sky, even walking barefoot in your backyard. Let the earth feel you again. Let the wind remind you. Let the sun reprogram your spirit. You've tried everything. You've hustled. You've medicated. You've distracted. You've numbed. You've run yourself dry. Now try slowing down. Now try touching the earth. Now try giving nature a chance. Because maybe what you need isn't more doing, it's more being. Let nature hold you. Let it clean you. Let it speak in the places where language fails. This world will keep spinning fast. But you get to choose when to slow down. So go to the wild, not to escape life, but to remember how to live it. And when you return, bring the wild with you. Bring the stillness into your home, the sky into your breath, the soil into your rhythm. Because nature is not a destination. It is a teacher, a medicine, a mirror. And when you listen to her long enough, you start to hear yourself again. The quiet, ancient self that was never lost, only buried. So dig your hands into the dirt. Let the wind tear through your confusion. Let the river wash your expectations clean. There is no timeline for this healing. There is no pressure to become anything. Just show up, just listen, just be, and that will be enough. No matter what you carry, you belong outside. No matter how loud your thoughts, you belong beneath sky. No matter how heavy your heart, you belong among trees. There is no shame in needing nature. There is no weakness in stepping away. There is only wisdom in giving yourself what you actually need. The next time you feel lost, don't just reach for your phone. Reach for the sunlight. Reach for the breeze. Reach for the ground, because that's where you started. And maybe that's where you'll start again. You don't need to hike to the Himalayas. You don't need to camp for weeks. You don't need to become a minimalist monk. All you need is willingness. Willingness to pause. Willingness to feel. Willingness to breathe with the world instead of against it. When you step outside, barefoot and honest, you return to something ancient, something sacred, something alive inside you. Nature doesn't just surround you, it reflects you. And maybe, just maybe, that's the healing you've been waiting for.